Afternoon, everyone. We are beginning the closing ceremony of the 30th Ordinary Meeting of the Council of Ministers of the ACS, 3 decades of integration for a more resilient and sustainable Greater Caribbean. We will now conduct the ceremony, the handover ceremony for the ACS. To this end, we would like to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Colombia, Laura Saravia Torres, and Mr. Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Panama, Javier Martinez Sacha, and the Ambassador, Noemi Espinosa, Secretary General of the Association of Caribbean States. This act will be carried out in the space designated by the protocol team, which is right in front of the main screen.
Bueno, hoy
Very well. We are approaching the end of the 30th Ordinary Meeting of the Council of Ministers of the Association of Caribbean States. And with that, the end of a chapter where Colombia has had the privilege of writing and working on together with all of you. There is no doubt that this is not the end of a presidency, but rather a path and a landmark in the history of the Caribbean, a path that would not have been possible without your support and trust. You trusted in our country, Colombia, the land, our country of beauty, and you were willing to have a dialogue. I would like to express our gratefulness for your willingness to build together at each meeting. Without the tireless work of the Secretariat General, led by the Ambassador Noemi Espinosa, all these tasks and results would not have been possible. At this stage that is finalizing, we learned, built, and reinstate our conviction. The Caribbean has its own voice, a shared purpose, and above all, a shared destiny. Today, we must work on our present, but above all, we have a future we must build. And now, with this same spirit, we would like to express a fraternal and warm welcome to Panama, a neighboring brother country that will now chair the Council of Ministers of the ACS. I wish you the greatest of success, and we are confident that with your leadership and your working capabilities, the association will continue to work on strengthening its institutionality and the implementation of the agreements adopted today, and strengthening the Caribbean and positioning it as a zone of peace, one of cooperation and collaboration. Today, the Caribbean has a voice, but it's a voice that the world must heed and listen to. It should be a voice that determines the future of our peoples. Today, we speak of the Caribbean for the Caribbean, and we will continue to develop a shared agenda in each of the areas of interest that have been presented. Because the call is to international solidarity, because we must continue to defend the multilateral system. We must continue defending our peoples and never allow their extermination. Colombia ratifies its commitment to continue working hand in hand with humility, political will, and the certainty that what unites us is more powerful than what separates us. Today, we are committed to regional integration. We have been saying this over the past few days. The Caribbean is not a region. It's part of us. It's part of our history. It's part of our roots. Many thanks for allowing us to serve this association. We say farewell to this presidency with gratefulness, hope, and the firm conviction of continuing to be part of this association of Caribbean communities. 30 years ago, this association began here in Cartagena, and today we have the honor of handing the pro tempore presidency to another Caribbean country, Panama, our brothers, a country that's part of our history as well. And these 30 that we commemorate, may they be just the first 30 years, and may the association have a long life. Thank you very much.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and the Council of Ministers, Your Excellency Laura Sarabia, dear Laura, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Colombia, Messrs. Ministers, delegates from the member countries, Lady Secretary, I know that we will be greeting each other often, so I'm inviting you to Panama to work on the agenda in depth for the benefit of the OEDC, for the purpose of Panama being able to exercise a pro tempore presidency, which is at the height of the expectations that we will be able to fill the shoes of Laura. To be, Mr. Ministers and delegates of the member countries, Panama receives with satisfaction and optimism the pro tempore presidency of the Association of the Caribbean States. And the Panamanian government takes pleasure in congratulating Colombia for its leadership and the Council of Ministers during the period 2024-2025. We express our willingness to continue with the work that was carried out during the pro tempore presidency of Colombia and the agreements that have been reached here today. I cannot miss this opportunity to mention two topics that are important to my country. I could have done so when I spoke this morning, but I chose to do it now that I have the pro tempore presidency. My country, which serves all of you with its canal because of its geographical position, has a trade vocation, but the world trade, many of you, in addition to being siblings, are clients of ours through the Panama Canal. Flow of goods, but my country also means exchange of ideas, cultures, and opportunities. Among the most significant contributions by Panama to the ODC, there are the continuous promotion of regional trade, and logistics. We have boosted the modernization of our port infrastructure and our logistics infrastructure, offering the greater Caribbean a gateway and an efficient gateway and entry for global trade. At this summit in Cartagena, we find ourselves in challenging times of great transcendency for humanity as a whole, in general, but our region in particular. With respect to this moment in time, it is precise that I should refer to the Panama Canal, which is at the service of all of you, which is the point of entry and exit of the greater Caribbean. Pursuant to the Panama Canal Treaty of 1977, on December 31st of 1999, 25 years ago, Panama assumed the administration of the waterway, and ever since then, Panamanians have overcome the expectations, exceeded the expectations in turn in our management of the canal, one of the most important points of global communication. It's been almost a decade since we've completed its expansion to allow for the Neo-Panamax transit and reducing distances and improving the efficiency of trade. This way, the expansion of the waterway benefited the region and the world. We express our willingness to continue with the work that Panamanians carry out for the benefit of the world through the Panama Canal. We administer an asset of Panamanians for the benefit of the entire world. The canal is and will remain Panama's. The AS has provided us with a vital platform to advocate for a common interest, and we should avail ourselves of that in every international forum, expanding our voice in the global arena. Looking to the future, Panama reaffirms its commitment with a deeper integration and a tighter cooperation between the AS. We are ready to cooperate with initiatives that will promote resilience,
El cambio climático.
vis-a-vis climate change, that will foster the digital development for the sustainable development, and that will consolidate peace and prosperity in our region.
Señoras y señores, ministros,
Ladies and gentlemen, ministers, since the foundation of this organization, Panama has been committed to with the integration of the greater Caribbean. We face significant challenges arising from geopolitics. The climate change, the recurrence of natural disasters, economic transformation, global, the demographic deficit, countries of the region that face important social challenges, and the persistence of structural injustices. It is of the Association of Caribbean States to help promote and provide effective solutions to these challenges from the genuine multilateral spirit and cooperation between our states on the basis of mutual respect and shared human values. Friends, ministers, and delegates, the Greater Caribbean is a broad region rich in natural and human resources with a population of over 300 million people, which represents approximately 4% of the world's population. Our GDP exceeds $3 trillion, and that we have to launch it, but for the benefit of our population. It is not possible that connectivity of such close countries takes days to reach. It is not possible that having the opportunity of being able to work for the purpose of ensuring food security, that we should not. It is not possible that we cannot agree on matters that are so essential, such as health, the health of the region, the potential of the Caribbean evidently is enormous. On this basis, just as with the shared human values, our main objective is in the pro tempore presidency, which will be used to contribute to strengthen the Greater Caribbean as a region of peace and sustainable development, solidly founded on prosperous economies and tolerant governments. I said that I wanted to make two very specific statements. One on my country, and the other on the Panama Canal, and the other is on Haiti. Mr. Minister, please receive on behalf of the peoples of Panama and its presidency and on mine as the foreign minister, our deepest solidarity with your country, your government, and with your peoples in view of the challenges that you are facing currently. Panama reaffirms its commitment with the principles of fraternity, cooperation, and mutual respect among all nations. We know and recognize the value and the dignity of the Haitian people. The immense majority in your country is of good people. The first independence of the continent was your country. We can, among all, find solutions so that your country will go back to the democratic path and that of the peaceful coexistence. As a non-permanent member of the Security Council, I have said and say, and will continue to say, that we wish the UN to authorize a peace mission in your country with clear objectives to solve your problems. If that were to happen, Panama would send its security forces, that the security forces that might be required to cooperate with your country. Panama extends its friendly hand, Mr. Ambassador, with the conviction that through the cooperation of us all and dialogue and solidarity, we can jointly build a future of hope and prosperity for Haiti. Lastly, Laura, we met, and since you have the same name as my grandmother, Laura, I said she has to be good. And ever since that time that we met in Panama at the convention center, I realized that we could work. I thank Laura for her support, her uninterested support, honest, professional, sometimes with difference of opinion, but always respectful. I thank Colombia for always being a friendly, or a country that is a friend of Panama, and I thank Cartagena because every time I come, I fall more in love with it. Thank you all. Thank you to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Colombia, Laura Sarabia Torres, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Panama, Javier Martinez Facha, and Ambassador Noemi Espinosa. This way, we conclude the 30th regular meeting of the Council of Ministers of the Association of the States of the Caribbean. Thank you very much to all for your participation. We say to the heads of the delegation that as you exit the convention center, you will find transportation service that will take you to the House of the Marquis, where the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Colombia, Laura Sarabia, will be holding a cocktail. Thank you.